Hello everyone, welcome back to Hero Wars Guide. In this video, I'm going to go over a new feature of the site. This feature is going to let you take a look at the bundles that are available within the game and compare the value of the bundle against the 4X Emerald package, which is really the gold standard of what you should be buying in the game. I'm not really in the business of telling you whether to spend money in this game or even how much to spend. But I do have some strong opinions that if you are spending money, you should do it in the most cost-effective ways possible. So this feature will be one more way to help you do that. All right, up on the screen now, I have the version notes for this, which will be going live at about the time of this recording. You can read the description here on the site. Otherwise, I'm just going to jump into the features here. The bundle evaluator is found in a new section of the site called calculators. There will be more to come here. But for now, bundles is the first and only option. So when you come in here, you're going to get a list of all the bundles that I've defined in the game. This is by no means all of them, but you'll see that I have entered many of them for events, a few for the general options that will show up in the carousel, as well as some of the intermittent offers like the energy recovery or purchasing a skin. But then this can also handle special things like the golden ticket offers that come with each of the new seasons. At the time of this recording, the Champion Season 3 was just announced. So once we know the contents of that golden ticket, you can expect to see that bundle added to this list as well. I don't intend to add every last thing in the game to this list, just because the majority of the offers are horrible. In the VIP 10 Plus bundle, for example, those are generally not something that I think people should be buying. And there are dozens or hundreds of options there that I don't really intend to spend the time to enter, only to see that none of them are worth half of the 4X sale. But that said, there is a custom feature here that would allow you to specify your own bundle. Maybe you see something in the game that I don't, or you're just ahead of me on an event that I've not yet added to the database. You could come in and type in the cost and contents yourself, and you'll get all the same reporting. If this list gets to be too lengthy, there is a search option here. You can type in the name of a bundle, the name of an event, and it will filter down the list. So for example, we have the Julius event going right now. So if I type in the name of the event, it'll filter down to just that list. Or same thing, if I type in the name of the bundle, the list will refresh as well. All right, so getting into the details of the bundles themselves, I'll choose the Julius event since it's going at the time of this recording and is probably relevant for that reason. I'll start off with the details here at the bottom. You can see this is a grid of all of the contents of the bundles that you'll receive if you purchase. And for each one, there's a flag for whether this is something that you receive yourself or if it's one of the items that goes out to the guild. Next, there's a field just to control whether this is a direct resource or a consumable that maybe you open and get some other things within it. That's mainly here to control the next drop down, which if it's a resource, you get all the resources in the game. If the previous field is set to consumable, then you'll get the various loot boxes. And there are a handful that I've not defined here that will be coming soon, but you should see a pretty close mapping of the items in the game to the items in this list. And then finally, you get the field to type in how much of the resource that you will receive or your guild will receive, and an option to remove the line item or to add new ones. All right, so that's covering the content of the bundle. Then you can see up here at the very top, we have the cost of the bundle. I've chosen the third of the bundles, the $75 level. When we want to compare the value of this bundle against what you would get at the 4X sale, the VIP level is relevant there because you'll get a variable amount of emeralds depending on your VIP setting. So this is going to default according to what you've specified here in the preferences, but you can change it to whatever you would like. And then this field here, if you're looking at a guild bundle, this will appear. This just is telling the calculator how many other people are in your guild for the calculations on the value provided to the guild. That'll default to 29, but you can change that to something else if maybe your roster is only partially filled. Okay, so all of that background out of the way, on to the main point of this tool, why you would want to look at this. This list, you can have any number of items in here, and it's going to calculate the emerald value of all of those items for both yourself and your guild if you were to purchase it. And these will factor in any of the resource overrides that you've specified in the preferences section. So again, if you disagree with me on the value of Titan skin stones, you go in there, you change the value to something that makes sense for you. Maybe you've maxed them out and that resource type is worthless to you. Then if this bundle contains that resource, the values listed here will adjust accordingly. So again, you see here what's the emerald value that you receive from the bundle here. This is what your guild will receive. And this is divided by 29. So this is the grand total for the entire guild. Then here on the other side, on the far left, this is the amount of emeralds that you would get if you were to spend that same amount of money during a 4x sale, which is again modified by your VIP setting. And then finally, the main point here is that the grand total of the emerald value of the bundle for both yourself and the guild is compared against that that opportunity cost. If you took this same $75 and bought emeralds at the 4x sale, you get 95,000. However, this bundle is only worth 50,000 or 53%. So at a high level, what this tells me is that this is a rather cost ineffective bundle that I'm not going to buy. For what you're getting out of this thing, which is a little bit of emeralds and some gold, which I've got weighted at nothing, then the majority of it is in this new hero coin, which maybe you're taking that to buy items or those Julius dolls. Items I think are the way to go unless you're really focusing on Julius really hard right away. Basically, all these coins that you're exchanging for items in the shop, maybe Lemort's cards or whatever else, at the end of the day, if you buy this bundle, you get all these coins, you buy those Lemort cards in the shop, you're only getting half of the item fragments that you could potentially instead get if you were to buy the same number of emeralds or the same dollar's worth of emeralds during the 4x sale and then just use rarity fare. There are then, of course, a couple other modifiers to consider rather than just this raw percentage number. Is this above or below 100%? And those things are situation specific, so I don't have a universal answer there. But some of the factors to consider are, maybe you're a very old and pay heavy account and you've got almost everyone maxed out there and the only thing that you're really concerned with at all are new heroes, then what you're going to want to do out of this event is only worry about those soul stones, because you've already got all the skins and runes and ascension and everything else that you might buy for emeralds. Really all you care about is the specific resource that you can get for these coins in the short term. The soul stones, of course, will become available through other means later, but if you gotta have this right now, then you pay a gotta have it tax, where you're essentially paying double the value for getting these things right away. But if that's your status, maybe that's the only thing that's of interest to you. Then also, if there's an event running that is rewarding buying emeralds or gaining VIP points, then there's some little bit of benefit to be had in addition to what this tool is going to be able to tell you, because you get some little bit of bonus value from making some progress in that VIP or buy emeralds task. That said, that's never really going to sway more than a couple percentage points here. The rewards for buying 13,000 emeralds isn't going to be more than a couple thousand emeralds at the most. So we're talking 1 or 2%, but it can play a role as well. Then on the flip side, something that can drive this number down even further than what it might already be listed is just the idea that, if you're buying emeralds at the 4x sale and you're anything but the biggest spending tier of player, then those emeralds you spend at the 4x sale, you're also going to turn around and spend during some other event where you would not otherwise have spent emeralds, and you're getting additional rewards from that event. Maybe there's a 20 to 50% ROI on the spend emeralds task within that event. Maybe you're using those emeralds to buy outland chests, which has yet another additional return from that. Those sorts of things may add another 10 to 60% of the value to the 4x sale emeralds, which would drive this down even further. Okay, so there are lots of other things to consider there, but for myself, if this is not at least 90%, I'm not even going to consider it. And if it's not over 100%, which is extremely rare, then it's very unlikely that I'll go forward with the purchase myself. You are all obviously free to make your own decisions, but that's my thoughts on how it should be done. I'm obviously not going to go through each and every last bundle here in this video, but you'll find that generally speaking, the bundle reward value is quite a bit less than the 4X sale. There are a few exceptions that get pretty close. I think Spooky Fest and Summer Fest are pretty close to even, but even these fall a little short in my opinion. Really what you're gonna find is the best value here is the golden ticket. And I may add, something for Valkyrie's favor here as well, even though there is the intangible speed increase that comes with it as well. But these golden tickets are generally going to be a good chunk above 100% value. So this one doesn't have some of those other fields because it is a direct to self bundle only. Your guildmates aren't getting anything out of this. But you can see this Ascension season, which I think was not among the strongest seasons, is quite a bit more valuable than the 4X sale, at least according to the value definitions that I have in place right now. That's probably putting crystal at 0 and skin stones at 1.45 or so, and a few other overrides that I've applied. Some of you may apply some value to crystal, but I think it comes in so much faster than all the other Ascension resources that it's pretty negligible reasonably quickly into the game. But anyway, not to dwell too much on that point. If you were to open this yourself and you have different override custom values, you'll see a slightly different number here, but odds are the golden tickets are going to be well over 100%, unless your custom values are, I think, far outside the norm. All right, then last piece here, I want to take a look at custom bundles. So this, again, may come into play if you're interested in something that I have not added the definition, or maybe there's just an event that I have not yet put definitions for, and you're eager to get in here before I can do it and build it for yourself, see how it shakes out. Then you can come in and define your own bundle. Maybe this thing is on sale for $10, and I'll keep it relatively simple here. Maybe add one consumable and one resource. Maybe you're buying a bunch of the large skin stone chests. You get 100 of them, and then you also get some emeralds. So this would be a pretty good offer. Here you're spending $10, which would normally get you a little over 12,000 emeralds, but instead you get 15,000 skin stones here, which is worth a little bit less than 22.5, and 1,000 emeralds. So, this would be a good bundle. And then, if you want to, maybe you enter a bunch more information than this and you want to save your work. For custom bundles, this share button will appear. And if you click that, then a link will be copied to your clipboard that you could share with the rest of your guild if you'd like, or save as a bookmark. And that will just bring you back to this page. If you navigate away and you paste that link in, it'll regenerate the contents that you entered. I don't yet have this thing saving any information to the cloud or anything that you enter in here. So at least as of this time, there's no save option other than this share link, which maybe you save on your own machine. All right, hope you guys find this useful. If you have any questions or you find anything broken or you'd like to suggest a new feature, then you could reply to this video or you can contact me in the address listed here. All right, I hope this helps answer any questions you have about whether or not any bundles in the game are useful, and I'll see you again soon.